Okay,
So,
I think it's live now, but let me just double check. Oh, we are live. Okay, we are
uh,
live. Hello. Now, I know guys,
oh
this
God,
isn't
excuse me.
talking with Dashing Foxy. This channel is going to be a new segment. Hopefully for your lovely interest, we are going to be having the Pro Dash experience here with my lovely friend over here, Pro.
Hello.
So, Pro, we are here live for the very first time in VRC. Very first time ever when it comes to the actual me being playing this as I'm doing something
Mm-hmm.
live. Now, how do you feel about that?
It's pretty
Well, I
cool.
really
It's
don't
also my
care right
first
now,
time.
but you know what? Who cares? You got I'm sorry. I'm just joking. So, now, see, Pro, here on the whenever I'm doing my podcast or show or
Mm-hmm.
whatever you want to call it, I just like to have fun. Okay, and that's
I
what we're
know.
going.
Have streamed with you. I have streamed with you before. I
When?
did help with that last. Don't you remember we did that stream in Jersey?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's right. When I got completely drunk faced and I was
I was
wearing
your
my
unofficial
fursuit.
producer.
Oh, okay. Well, the
That
unofficial
was that was fun.
the unofficial
That was a
producer
good
is
time.
here right now, and
I
yeah,
am the behind the scenes unofficial producer.
yes, and as you can tell, we're in VR chat, and this is a little different. So Pro, I mean, a lot of people know me already on my channel. I know you're also recording too, so we can definitely talk about me as well. Tell us a
hmm
little bit about yourself. Let's hear the Pro experience.
Pro experience. Well, I only recently just started up on YouTube with my content, and I do a lot of VR chat type content, essentially just like Shiba stuff and furry stuff and all kinds of interesting, crazy shenanigans. Essentially, I
Oh,
document my encounters with everything I find.
it
VR chat is a pretty amazing place. I gotta
full of
say.
memes and great times. But
Oh
the
yeah.
everybody's got to have
Well, that's
memes.
how I could take a sidetrack and discuss how we met in the first place, which was VR chat, or I could go on a little more about me.
Go ahead, go on. It's go ahead.
Well, what do you want to know? Like, what
Um,
should
what do you do?
throw some questions at me?
Where? Okay, so uh, I know a lot about you, but these people obviously don't. So, where is it? Do you
Yeah.
live? Like around where you live? Like what state?
I'm from the great old state of Massachusetts.
Oh,
Good place. Great
okay.
place. The Dunkin' Donuts is the best part.
Oh, yeah. Let's not get started on a tangent to Dunkin' Donuts. You can have your Dunkin' Donut
Yeah,
hour
that's a
another
whole nother
time.
story.
Yeah,
That's a whole nother story.
you are so obsessed with Dunkin' Donuts. It's not even funny. But um
Yeah.
so what made you get into YouTube in the first place?
It's something that was always like on the back of my mind that I wanted to get into for a number of years. I just never really took the plunge until fairly recently.
Oh,
When it just like hit me one day and it's like, you know what, I'm gonna try making a video. So I downloaded OBS and I had no clue what I was doing. And I made my first video, which was the Couch Ninjas, which is actually it's got some good views on it for what it is. And you can tell immediately that it's my first video because the audio's all blown out and like audio clips pop in when they're not supposed to. And but it was a good experience to get my feet wet, and I had my share of constructive criticism, which was great. And I used that to just improve and get better and make better and better videos, essentially. And they're still getting a little bit better, I've learned getting the audio more leveled out now. so it's not like all blown out or people get cut off. And there's still a few things I gotta work on though, as you know.
Yes, I do. I do know, being a person who watches your videos quite a bit. Um,
Yeah, but it's been cool. You know, I got last I checked, I think I had 23 subscribers, and you know, people. I've actually run into a few people that know me on VR chat. And they're like, "Oh yeah, I know you. I've seen you around."
oh,
You know,
well, I mean, who's gonna
I mean, I
miss?
kind of stick out like a sore thumb, to be
Yeah,
fair.
yeah, you kind of do, Pro. Uh, so why? Now I know. See, I know that you're like huge into the '80s and you love all the different bands and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Now what would?
synthwave music and
Yeah. So what would like say that like when it comes to music, what would be like the one staple that you just love to listen to all the time?
uh, I the one I always come back to is definitely gonna be probably Meatloaf. That's
Oh.
probably my number one top album favorite. Like
So
definitely that for sure.
yeah.
But what's interesting is I'm not really a fan of like his more popular songs. I like a lot of the more obscure titles in his catalog that a lot of people don't even really seem to listen to.
Oh.
I mean, you mentioned Meatloaf, people are like, "Oh, Bad Out of Hell, Bad Out of Hell, right? Yeah, let's listen to Bad Out of Hell." Or, you know, I'd do anything for love, but I won't do that, which is a great song and all, but there's so many other great songs that he's done.
Oh, okay. Let me say hello out there to Nova. Hello, Nova. We
Hello.
are
How you
we
doing, Nova?
we have a total of one connected viewer, which is probably Husky out there.
Wow.
But it doesn't matter. We'll get better. Good job, Husky. Okay, no,
Hey, I'm just happy that one guy is watching.
yeah. So now, just to let everybody know out there who watches a lot of my Talking with Dashing Foxy, I'm going to be doing this for a good while, and we're going to be doing it with Pro over here because I like having a second person here to talk to. And
Keeps the
unfortunately,
things moving.
yeah, and unfortunately, he lives in Massachusetts, so unless if he wants to take a car ride down here to New Jersey all the time, which I don't see him ever doing.
It's a pretty long drive to
Yeah,
do that.
just to do an hour, like hour and a half show, I just feel like that'd be pointless. So
It's like, I'll just drive, 4 hours.
VR chat has furries, and we've got all the good stuff here to make it better. Now, Pro, I know we're in the middle of discussing your life, which is
And
something,
musical taste. That's
and musical taste. So, um, I don't know. Like, I know what you're into.
music is a big part of who I am essentially. Music has like always been a huge
You-
kind of
you-
like a cornerstone.
So this guy over here, if anybody has ever listened to him or done anything, his number one thing is planes. He loves planes. He just
I am
he-
a huge aviation fan. I love my
Yes.
warbirds.
yes, you love
Can't
your
get
warbirds.
enough of the warbirds.
You love everything about that. Now, I know you're also really into cars. You got your cars going on.
Very much so.
Um,
Very much so in cars.
see, and I know you're really like a kind of like a history buff too, like me. So
I
Which-
do enjoy history. It's very interesting stuff.
it's very, very
And it's
interesting.
important.
Yes. So,
Super important.
tell us, what is your favorite car that you would love to just drive around in?
Oh, wow, that's a tough one. I'd probably have to say probably a 1972 Chevelle. Probably with the 454
What?
big
Hold on.
block,
What?
4-speed.
Throw it away then. Throw it away. Throw it away. Sorry, I got my roommate talking to me. Oh my gosh. Oh, jeez. Sorry about that.
Anyway,
Yeah, go
Chevy
on.
Chevelle, 1972, 454 big block, and the 4-speed.
Okay.
That's probably my ultimate dream car. That's mostly because I actually, when I was growing up, we knew these people who actually owned a Chevelle. Like it was like an old junky one that they parked out in the woods, and I would like sit in that Chevelle and like play in that Chevelle, probably 4 or 5 hours at a time, and just like make believe I was cruising down the highway or, going on some crazy road trip. And I just remember how big the dang car was. It had a bench seat, and it was like a forest green with like a brown interior. And I just love that car. Everyone's like, "Why do you like that car? That thing's a piece of junk." And it's just like, I'm like, "No, it's amazing." It's like, how can you not love this car? Like, this is the coolest car I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh, very interesting.
But these same people, they also owned a 1962 Chevrolet Corvette. And, it was a really sad story because they never did anything with it. It just sat in the garage covered in dust. And, like, the thing was just stripped down, like, waiting for paint. And it's probably still sitting in that garage, probably like 20-something years later,
That is.
Which is, like, the saddest story ever for me. It's like, I used to look at that car and be like, oh, this is a crime. Why are you doing this? Like,
Oh wow.
you
Well-
can't do that. This car is a piece of history. It's like, it was such a shame, Unfortunately, that happens to a lot of classic cars, around the world.
Mhm.
What can you do,
Well,
I would have
guess
bought it. I totally would have bought it off him if I
If you
I had
had
the
$1
money.
million,
But that car. Oh yeah, the classic question. What would you do with $1 million? It's like,
See, this is.
well,
this,
I know where all these old cars are stashed, so I'd probably just do a road trip going down the line. Just I'll buy you, buy you, buy you.
I don't think $1 million
That
can
one.
get you that far, though. But you know what? It's good to dream.
Yeah,
Gotta believe
I
to
can dream.
achieve, to accomplish your goals. Stuff like that. Whatevs. So, yeah, no,
airplanes.
yeah, I know you love airplanes, but I'm just saying that I like cars too. I don't get really
Yep.
into them. Anybody who watched
Yeah.
my show before, I had a guy named Cooper Tom on, and he was really into
Yes,
the
sir.
whole
Yep.
entire car thing.
I do know the Cooper Tom.
Yeah, and, he had like
He's
a
a pretty cool
Yugo,
guy.
and yeah, he's also
Yep.
got all these different worlds in here, like the mall and the,
Yep, the Coopertown Mall and
Yeah.
the Yugo dealership, and
yeah. So,
I really enjoy his worlds.
yep. You would actually enjoy his cars if you ever saw him. His DeLorean is beautiful. If I
Oh,
could
believe me, I've seen the pictures of his cars and stuff, and
only
his
pictures,
collection and
not
just
the real thing, and it's
Yeah.
beautiful. The real thing's beautiful.
funny sidetrack actually.
Here we go.
I once bribed a guy to sit in a DeLorean.
You bribed a guy to sit in a DeLorean.
Yeah, yeah, true story.
How much did you bribe him for?
I gave him like $30.
$30 just to sit in a DeLorean?
Yeah.
Man, I would have haggled
Yeah.
that shit. I mean, could at least got it down to 20.
No, dude. It was I was at the Eastern States Exposition, if you've ever heard of it. It
Yeah.
happens in Springfield. It's like one of the biggest carnivals essentially in New England. And it's kind of celebration of all the New England states and everything. And anyway, there was this guy selling. He was selling something. It was like a tent or something. You put like your picnic supplies in to like
Mhm.
keep the bugs out. The product made no sense, but for some reason or another, I have no idea why, he had a 1982 DeLorean DMC-12 parked behind his display. It made no sense whatsoever. I don't know why it was there, but I look at the DeLorean, I look at him, and I'm like, well, I'm not really interested in what you're selling, but I will give you $30 to sit in that car.
So wait, where did you get like the $30 from? Like, was it like top
Oh,
ahead?
I just had $30 on me. No, I just had 30
Wait,
bucks on
so
me, and
you were willing to give away all your money just to sit in a DeLorean?
oh, I had more. I had a couple bucks more than that, but
Oh, okay. Well, whenever you said that's
it
all you
is the
had on
Eastern
me at the
States
time,
Exposition.
I'm like going, what, $30 to sit in a DeLorean? That makes no sense. But
But anyway, yeah, I sat in the DeLorean for. I probably was in there for like half an hour, just breathing in the nice
oh my
smells of like
gosh,
the
that is
leather
freak.
and like
Okay, okay. Now
it
I
was amazing. It was like
okay.
it was literally a time capsule from the 80s. Like it was amazing.
That's freaking
Nothing
like
smells. Nothing smells like a brand new DeLorean. It's incredible.
it was brand new.
Yeah, it was literally like showroom fresh, like inside. It was amazing. The car was mint. All the
Okay,
body
so
panels were nice and straight. No
I'm usually
dents, no
very
nothing.
family friendly on this show, but I will say it once. How many times did you orgasm? I'm just curious. Like, if you were sitting in the car for
Oh my
30
God.
minutes, basically just sitting there, taking it all in, what the hell did you do for 30 minutes? Just literally just touch the steering wheel and pretend you were driving it or something? Like, were the
No, you just. I was
like sounds coming in?
No, it wasn't quite
Like-
like that. It was just kind of taking in the moment, the smells, and I was feeling the leather and all the different upholsteries and, all the fabrics, and I don't know. It was just I was feeling it, and it just felt really cool. It
And
had
it
like
felt
soft
you
like,
back.
plastics,
I get
hard
it.
plastics, and
Like,
not quite.
I don't know, man.
Why
That's
do you always have to go this direction, man?
Well, it's not my fault. You're telling me you're sitting in a car for 30 minutes, filling everything. I have to go to the quickest
I love the
denominator.
cars,
Okay, well,
Well, you immediately jumped to like sex. I don't know why.
I was curious. I don't know. Like 30 minutes just sitting in a car doesn't sound that fun to me. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't
For
know.
me, it was like going back in time. It was like a time machine. Like no pun intended.
Oh wow. Now I get the joke. Back to the Future. Ha ha ha. Ha. Let's see if we have any comments right now. We have
Like,
5
wow, this
people
show's
watching.
terrible.
If you guys
Oh.
want to
Hi.
say something to Pro,
Yeah,
or give them
interact
good
and-
feedback, well,
Interact. Ask us
I'll ask
questions.
you whatever you want to ask him, because this is my new guy that I'm gonna be working with all the time now. Okay, so for Pro, I guess I'll give a little bit of my backstory here. I know everybody on my channel, they know a lot about me when it comes to different things. I live in
Mhm.
New Jersey, a terrible state. Don't come here.
Yeah.
Actually, come here to
It
visit
looks great
me
in
and only
pictures.
me. No.
Although I want to interject a little.
What?
You do have pretty awesome beaches.
Yeah, New Jersey's like beach central, and then after that, it kind of just goes woo, like downhill.
Yeah.
Parading, it's pretty
Asbury Park. You gotta at least see Asbury.
bad. Or Belmar. Belmar was really nice.
Those waves were insane.
Yeah, the waves kicked your butt. It was quite funny.
Yeah, I'm used to New England waves, which are a little more like, gentle, and they come in, they come out. And I went to Belmar with Dashing here, and the waves just grab you and they suck you out, like,
Yeah.
into the ocean. Then they literally pick you up and throw you clean across the beach back onto the beach, standing straight up. Like,
It-
I've never seen waves like that.
It kind
in
of
my
looks
entire
like
life.
SpongeBob
It was
whenever it's like
insane.
he came in and it was. Yeah, no, the
Oh,
waves
they
were insane.
I'd never
there.
seen waves like that. It was so cool.
Yeah.
A
Well,
little terrifying, but cool. Very cool.
so yep. I also play tennis and I play hockey and I do all the other stuff like that. In my own, I play in a beer league. Yippee.
Yep.
I do stuff like that. I also make well, not avatars. I recolor avatars, like Pro's avatar over there I made. So, and
Yep, best birthday gift ever.
Yep. I'm glad that he enjoyed it. It was a good happy birthday gift. Um, and you guys know me. If you guys are watching out there, I'm just basically doing this for pro stream. Um, and I just, I like to have fun. I'm a big fun guy. I it's like whenever I get like an opportunity to do something, I usually take it. But this year, the only opportunity that I had was to sit on my fat lazy butt and play VR chat. And
Yeah,
but you know what? I met a cool friend out of it. That's got to amount to something.
yeah,
I met you, and you're pretty cool
yeah. That's
sometimes.
the best thing I've
But
gotten out of VR so far. So-
yeah. So I mean, now again, I know this is like a different format, and this is kind of how we're going to be doing it right now because right now I'm waiting for my new suit. I'm actually getting a new fursuit, so you guys keep up on my Twitter and stuff for my new fursuit. I'm going to do a whole video about that, and it's going to be another dashing talks moment. And so, but Pro here, um, he knows
I
a
don't
lot of.
have a suit yet.
Yeah, he doesn't have a suit yet. He's working on it. He's working on a protogen.
I'm in virtual.
Yeah. So maybe one day we could set up
I like the protogens.
yeah, maybe one day once he gets this protogen done, we can set up like a actual chat. But for now, we're going to be on this, and I just find it more interesting being on this than it is being on a podcast and watching people, just watching the lines go across, and it's like, wow, it's amazing. You
Yeah,
know,
you're just watching the equalizer like rise and fall. Like
Yeah. we have only 2 people watching. I am too awkward to ask. Aw. Well, I'm sorry that you're too awkward to ask. It's okay, Nova. But really, this is basically the entry episode, and the next episode we're going to be talking about more about different stuff that we want to talk about.
We're really just breaking the ice. Today's
Yeah,
just kind of breaking the
right
ice.
now we're basically like your cousin or your mother who, or no, that's weird. That's awkward. We're like that awkward girl that's in the corner, and you just want to break the ice. So you're just basically saying, "Hello, how are you? How are you today? Woohoo!" And then she ends up looking at you and walks away. But because that happens to me, that happens to Pro all the time. But it's fine. You're gonna be okay, and we're gonna get through this. So, now I know, well, what you can expect from this show. We're going to be doing a lot of different topics when it comes to furries, non-furry stuff. We're going to be taking chats. I'm going to set up a Twitch. We're going to do this on Twitch too.
We could even take audio calls.
Yeah,
audio calls too,
no,
at some
don't
point,
say that
but-
yet, because I still got to figure out that. That's a kink that I have to work out. I might be taking phone calls, might not be taking phone calls. I do not want to promise people, and then all of a sudden I'm going, well, I thought you were going to take phone
Yeah.
calls. How dare you? What schedule?
Very
See,
true.
the funny thing is, we just kind of like did this on last minute sporadic.
Yeah, we're just like, hey, I'm not doing anything. You're not doing anything. What do you want to do?
Yeah,
We're like,
so-
"Oh,
So here's what
stream.
we're gonna do is
We'll stream.
we're gonna set up a schedule. What schedule would you like to set up? Like, what would be good for you?
I don't know. It's what, Tuesday today, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know it's gonna work out in my time schedule. I've got that blocked off
Yeah.
basically for all the end of the month.
Hmm.
My jokes are terrible. Okay, no. So I know we're doing this on a Tuesday. Maybe we'll do this more on like a Friday night type of deal.
We could do a Friday night too.
Or like a Thursday night. I find Thursday nights are one of the better nights because everybody just wants to have something before the
Yeah.
weekend. And also,
Mhm.
well, I mean now
Thursday's cool.
but COVID's happening, so people are just locked in their home begging for stuff. And I mean, we'll not talk about anything about that because this show is not going to be about political. That's not going to be anything stupid like that. It's just two guys talking about different things that you might want to know. Okay, because we are two stupid dogs. No, I'm kidding. Don't sue us, okay, YouTube? We're joking.
Copyright infringement.
Yeah, we're gonna be doxxed for this. We're gonna be doxxed.
Oh no.
So,
That's horrible.
let's see. Typo screen. What do you guys do in your spare time? Oh, okay. So, what do you do in your spare time, Pro? What is your spare
In
time?
my spare time,
Yeah.
usually I'm on here or working on a YouTube video. That's generally what I do when I get home from work.
So
and stuff.
basically,
Just
you're a
work on
loser.
video editing and yeah, kind of.
No, I'm kidding. No. No.
No, I mean I do other stuff too, but for the most part, VR is like
So
kind
it's
of my main
it's
outlet because it's
funny-
really all you can really do
funny.
with
You
the current
didn't
situation. You know?
didn't like mention your blacksmithing. You actually do blacksmithing.
Oh shit! I totally forgot about that. Yeah,
Keep-
that's one thing I do on the side.
Yeah. So he does blacksmithing, and
Yep. So I make little trinket kind of things. I'm not much of a bladesmith just yet. That's more my brother-in-law's forte. I'm kind of the shop help, I guess you could call it. But I've been doing that for man, it's been like probably 8 or 9 years now.
we know each other
But
so
I usually do
well.
it on the weekends. I do it usually on the weekends, but
Yeah. Okay.
I probably won't be doing it for a while though, because we're actually moving the shop, so there'll be a slight delay in projects. But I got a bunch
Some
of things I've made, and
Some legal issues you have to concur with, right?
I enjoy making rings. That's probably the one thing I make probably the most of is like rings.
For Sonic.
I haven't. No, just like
No.
rings, basic steel rings.
See this guy. He doesn't get my humor sometimes. Which
So, yeah, sometimes it just
that
doesn't
went that
register.
went way over his head, but it's fine. You're fine. So I'll answer your question too. What I do in my spare time, I usually play hockey. I've been trying to lose weight.
Which you've been doing good with.
Yeah, I've been doing great. Lost 20 pounds so far. Went from 279
Yeah,
to
that's great,
259. Not jinxing it so far, so let me knock on wood here if I could knock on wood. Yep. I do that. I play tennis. I overall I work. I work in the somewhere because I don't know if it's appropriate for me to be telling you where I work. I think anybody on my Twitter knows where I work, but I usually try not to say it because I don't want to be.
We're actually both in a similar line of work. I guess you could say.
See, this guy here is like so similar to me. It's kind of creepy. Like, I think he's been stalking me all
It's
my
very
life,
strange.
and I just think that he's just been trying to live my life, and then soon
But you
he's
see,
gonna.
what's weird about that? What's weird about that is there's things in both our lives that a stalker wouldn't really have anything to do with. It's like just life circumstances and people who've come into our lives and come out of our lives that cut out of our lives, and
Like our asshole
very
cousins.
unusual.
Yes.
Yes.
What a weird
Very
scenario
much.
that turned out to be. Like, weird.
Yeah, I gotta say that was very strange. I was kind of getting goosebumps when you were talking about that story.
Yeah, I was pretty
It's like,
drunk the
holy
other
smokes.
night.
Yeah.
Well, no, let me see if we got any other more comments here. We have
Questions, comments, suggestions.
I haven't seen
You name it.
Dashy's stream in over a year. I hope nothing happened. I was a fur who helped Crash Bandicoot. Oh, actually, yeah. I haven't streamed in a very long time because I just got a new position in my job, and also too, I've been trying my best to just wait for my new fursuit because my fursuit now is great, and I enjoy my fursuit. But I'm just kind of excited for my new fursuit, so that's why I haven't been streaming. So don't worry, guys. I'm still alive. I didn't get COVID and die. I didn't do anything like that. I just
Yeah.
I get like this is why I'm trying to get somebody else to help me, like Pro over here, because I need somebody to talk
Get you
to.
back in the game.
Yeah, and I need somebody to bounce ideas with. When you're talking to yourself, it's not that
I
fun.
do that a lot.
Yeah, I talk to myself all the time, and all myself does is say "shut up." Okay, but no,
Yep.
I mean,
I get that too.
but no, I'm just saying that it's sometimes hard to keep a regular schedule, and especially when you don't have ideas bouncing off of each other. Now, since I have somebody here to like maybe keep me in balance, and we do this maybe like every Thursday night, or maybe like twice a week, or whatever you want to do. We can definitely bounce each other some ideas instead of always constantly me being, what do I talk about now? I'm running out of ideas. Woohoo! It's like,
Throw some
um,
ideas at me in the chat.
yeah, and that's what I was trying to do, but nobody was helping me out with that. And I
Yeah.
feel like I'm not trying to be like, oh, woe is me, being a YouTube creator is hard. I'm just saying that it's hard to come up with ideas when you're starting to run out of that set ideas. So,
hmm
but yeah, no, I enjoy doing YouTube, and that's why I'm here right now with my lovely friend Pro. That hopefully I don't screw up, because then he'll ditch me like every other producer that I had.
That's it. I'm out of here.
Well, that's the end of that. Ah! No, I'm kidding. Let me see.
Cut the feed. Cut the feed.
Well, I appreciate you saying congratulations on the new job. Same company, just different title and better situations here. I'm just gonna grab a drink here.
Yeah.
Drink that. Okay. So basically, yeah, our show's going to be basically uh, just talking about different things, about what's what. Furry
Mhm.
stuff, maybe some car stuff, some Space Jam, No, I'm kidding.
Airplane stuff. Movies. Movies.
Yeah,
That's a good one
you
too.
know, I actually,
Because I introduced you to a movie you haven't even seen yet.
I never saw The Princess Bride. I can't believe I have never saw The Princess Bride.
When he told me that, I like almost fell out of my chair. I'm like, what? You haven't seen The Princess Bride?
Well,
That's
excuse
like
me,
missing
princess.
out on Star Wars.
Excuse me, princess.
That's like missing out
I'm
on
just,
Star Wars, you know?
I'm just trying to. I don't know. I've never saw it because, like, I mean, I saw all your other ones like that, like
Yeah.
Men in Tights. Love that movie.
Yep.
We had what was it? The one that we watched too. Oh shoot, I'm trying to think of it. Like Mighty Python. The Holy Grail.
Yeah.
That's a world famous one.
hmm
I just didn't know they came out
Yep.
with like Princess and the Bride. I mean, whatever that.
Yeah.
So it was
Well,
kind
you
of like
you introduced me to a bunch of new videos too that I'd never seen, which is weird.
yeah. Well,
Like Life Stinks, and History of the World
oh, I love that
Part
movie.
1.
We're gonna need a miracle
I'd
to get
never
out of
seen
this.
those movies.
Miracle.
I never even knew those movies existed, to be honest. And it's like I
Yeah.
can't believe I never saw this. Like this is amazing. Like
Mhm.
it was so darn funny, and it had like such a great storyline. Like I was
Yeah.
just laughing my butt off, with the Romans.
Yeah.
Part with the Romans in the chariot, like.
Oh yeah. Hey man, why are we doing
Oh,
here?
it was so funny. Like
It was. So Mel Brooks
every
has
time
a
the Romans
lot of good
came on.
movies. It like that.
yeah, you know.
That would probably be one of my favorite actors. There would be, favorite actor / director would probably be Mel Brooks.
Yeah.
It's just,
And fairly recently, we've been going through the whole John Hughes catalog.
yeah. Well, Breakfast Club is just
So
an
all the
instant
John
classic.
Hughes movies.
If you haven't watched Breakfast
Yeah.
Club out there, go watch Breakfast Club because that's a really funny.
It's an amazing movie.
And also Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Amazing movie.
But you know what? Ferris Bueller's Day Off is one of those movies that I've watched and like other people, and it's like you get like the mixed opinions. It's like I don't like him because I think he's a stubborn asshole, and then you get like other people who are
Yep.
like, oh well, that's hilarious, you know. So I mean, it's it all depends on what person you're asking, you know. So
Yep. I mean, personally, the John Hughes movies have always been a favorite of mine.
yeah. Well, let's just say anything
Planes, Trains,
from the
and
80s.
Automobiles too.
Anything from the
Planes,
80s.
Trains, and Automobiles is like a tradition.
Yeah. I'm going to have to get you some 80s hair. I'm going to have to work on your avatar and get you some 80s
Yeah.
hair. Really fit the
Yeah, we
part.
could change some stuff. We
Yeah.
could change some stuff up.
Yeah. We do not have any other comment. What do each of you think is the best furry movie? An anthropomorphic. Well, okay. We'll start
Oh,
with you,
that's a
Pro.
tough one.
What is your favorite anthropomorphic animal movie?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Is it Pro? Is it really? What?
Well, I've just seen so many. I mean, probably one of the biggest influences was probably the original Robin Hood cartoon by Disney.
Oh, you
I
basic.
used to watch that.
You're
I
such
used
a
to watch.
basic fur.
Well, what could I say? Gotta
Freaking
start somewhere, right?
basic fur alert. Pro's one of those.
Boy, he's such a poser. He's a poser.
He's a phony.
He's a
Hey
fake-
everyone, he's a
he's a
phony.
fraud. He's a fraud. Look, this fur just comes right off.
No. Well, no, I mean, I do love the classic Robin Hood. I think a lot of people probably would
Yeah.
say the same exact thing, and how awesome it was. It was a
Mhm.
great story. It was greatly animated for the time. You know, it was an overall just masterpiece. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Disney now, but back then, you better believe it.
Back then they were
I'm
pumping
waiting.
out
I'm
gold
waiting
back
for the
then.
live action version of Robin Hood. What do you think we're gonna see this?
Oh, that'd be cool.
No, it would not be cool.
It's-
Stop it. Stop it.
It could be cool if
No,
they get it right. If
They're not
get
going
it
to
right,
do it
it
right.
could be
They're going to
cool.
screw it up like Lion King. That new Lion King movie
Yeah,
was a
that
disgrace.
was pretty bad.
It was terrible. It was just line for line, but then like there'd be like other like things that just don't make sense in it. No.
I mean, when people are using deepfake to fix your movie online, that's pretty bad. That doesn't
Yeah, pretty much.
speak highly of your work.
I'd probably say my favorite furry movie would probably be like see, I like Zootopia, but I feel like Zootopia is like too much of like a right answer, you know? But
Everybody always picks that one as their number one.
yeah, but I don't know if it's my favorite though. I like Fantastic Mr.
It is
Fox.
a great movie.
That one's really good.
Yeah.
Ah, man, that's a toughie. I'm gonna have to pass on that because like I love I love a lot of different anthropomorphic animal movies. And I kind of just don't watch them because I'm like, ooh, I'm a furry, must watch it. You know, like when Alpha and Omega came out, I was kind of like, it looks terrible, but I'll watch it, whatever. You know, but or Madagascar. Madagascar is a good movie too, but that's not really like a furry-based movie. That's more like just like a zoo animals happen to be in the same.
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it.
I'm waiting for Zootopia. See, I told you. Somebody just said that. I knew that was going to happen. People love Zootopia.
Well, I mean, it's bound to happen in a furry background kind of
a furry
podcast.
background podcast of love. Hold on.
Podcast, furry background podcast thing on the jiggy.
I don't like how this works now, like YouTube. Why did you change your dang thing? Oh, wait, no. We've been streaming for about... I have to do math now. Oh, for about 30, 40 minutes? Okay. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Time flies when you're streaming.
Time flies. Yeah, time
Um,
flies, dude.
whew, boy, does it fly. Oh no, I'm kidding. Uh, I gotta like, you know what? We, I gotta like come on. See, you have a voice mod, and you're kind of cheating on this. You cheater.
Well, I'm not using it right now.
Well, you're not using it right now because I think this is a good basis of a show. Now, I think
Well,
what
exactly. I want to show people my original voice first,
it's
because
original
voice mod, to
vintage
be
pro.
honest, yeah. Well, to be honest, voice mod can get annoying after
Thank
a bit.
you.
You have to use it sparingly.
Thank you.
You have to use it sparingly. I only really use it when I play one of my characters. I have a couple different characters I play with it. And I
Yeah.
don't play the character for an extended period of time.
Yeah, you
And
do.
I try not to be like,
Yeah, you do.
uh,
Yeah,
debatable.
pro. I'm gonna tell you right now. There's been times that I just wanted to be like, just shut up. So, and it's not you. It's just the voice mod kind of does get annoying after a while.
Yeah.
It like goes from being ho 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 to being oh.
It's like, haha, yeah, that's cool. And then it's like, please shut up. Please
Yeah,
stop.
yeah. There you go.
I
It,
want to die.
it's kind of like
I want to
punching
strangle you.
somebody in the dick. You do it once and you laugh. You do it a second time, then you just feel bad for the person. Oh,
But
oh,
I have a couple different characters I play, and you'll see them in my videos if you watch any of my videos. There's a couple different ones that pop up,
yeah.
and it's just fun. It's kind of like an escape for me to like just portray different characters, and you got different kind of archetypes,
See
and they have all their own little quirks and things they do, and
what I've learned about
it's
VR.
fun.
What I've learned about VR chat is, and I kind of like the idea of it, that you could be anything you want to be. You know, it's
Yeah,
you're not
essentially.
limited. You're not limited to like just like being yourself. You know, even if I
Hmm.
do sometimes wear hockey gear and sometimes I do do stuff like I do in real life, but that's only because I really like it. You know.
Yeah, it's kind of like a blank canvas essentially, and you can kind of just paint whatever you want on it, and you can show people what you're into and your interests, and
Yeah.
you can share your all your different hobbies and things you do with other people. I mean, look
Hobbies.
at me. Look at me. I'm pretty much as 80s looking as you can get,
Yeah,
just because I love synthwave music. Synthwave music is like a huge interest of mine. I just love that stuff. I
yeah, the
listen to like Scandroid, and the Midnight is probably my top favorite 80s synthwave kind of
oh.
tribute band.
So,
They just nail it.
hello, Candy Corn. How's it going? Um,
Hello, welcome
uh,
to the stream.
the other Nova. And, yeah, no, so this is basically gonna be our new thing. Um, we'll work,
Mm-hmm.
we'll work maybe like Tuesday nights or maybe like, you know, do Tuesdays and Fridays, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna become number one on YouTube. Like,
We'll go viral, right? Like,
okay,
we'll
let's
just
start
be
with baby steps.
so famous.
Let's like go for like little baby steps. And it's good again. It's
Yeah,
good to have somebody to have like a back and forth with because to tell you the truth, again,
exactly.
looking into a monitor and basically trying to get people to talk is like trying to get them to kill their very firstborn son. Probably not going to happen. So, because like I swear, some of the
Eh,
people, and I'm not
depends on
saying
the sun.
I'm not saying all of you out there. I'm saying like Nova's really good at talking, and a couple other people are good at talking. But then there's other people out there who are basically like I'm not chatting. You can't make me chat and
Hmm.
stuff. And
Yeah, some people, there's all different types of people, though. Some people just like to watch and listen, for me personally, like, listening to a podcast, like, it really does calm me down. It's like something you do at the end of the day, like, while you're doing other things, or
So
I listen to them while I'm working on like projects on my workbench or something, or even in the blacksmith shop. Sometimes I'll have a podcast going, and while I'm hammering white hot steel on the anvil,
hammer.
you know.
And then you
Yeah.
go, ooh, that's great.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
my
just it's nice.
thumb! Is that what you do?
Surprisingly, actually, I've never burned myself. Well, that's not 100% true, but I've never burned myself terribly in the
You've never
blacksmith
burned
shop.
yourself, but you've burned others. That's cool. Great guy. You're a great
Nope.
dude. No, I'm only kidding.
No, my brother-in-law though. Oh, my brother-in-law has definitely burned himself. He set himself on fire once, and he almost boiled himself to death too. That was bad.
You have
But
oh, and
he's
that
fine now. He's great now. He's actually 100% better, which I can't believe is possible, but it is.
pro.
Because he's a pretty amazing person.
We're not turning this into a drama show, okay? We're not. The fire burns with hot intensity. Let's see. Both your
No,
characters.
for that I could
are
turn on
so
my
cute.
narrator
Thank you.
voice. Thank you.
There is
You can
three
have
people.
Dash to thank for both of those.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this was just an outline of somebody else's work, and then I basically just helped along
Yeah.
with it, and then yours is yours is completely
Yeah,
original.
mine was yep. Yeah, it was completely your brainchild.
Yeah, basically. So
And like I said, best birthday present I ever got. I was over the moon when you gave me that. I was like, this is pretty darn cool. Like,
well, I'm glad I gave you the best birthday.
because this year,
Yeah.
that's another topic actually. Is like this year was like
This
it was
year,
really weird because I spent my birthday in VR. We celebrated my birthday in VR.
this has been like the worst year ever.
So-
Hey, can I go to a convent? No. Oh, can I
Nope.
go? No.
Nope, can't do that.
Can I go to the No, you can't do it. Stop
Nope.
it. Just sit
Nope.
there and stop it. You can't do anything. But what about stop it?
No.
I was gonna go
Bad.
take a walk. Stop it right now.
Don't go out there. That'll kill you. You'll die
Something will
instantly if you
die.
leave that door.
So, let's see if we have any
But
other one. This year
It
has
was
been
weird. It was just weird spending. Like, you celebrate your birthday, usually you go out with a bunch of friends or something, out on the town or whatever.
Yeah. So we
And
got
instead, we did it in VR. It was
We-
different.
we did it in VR, and then we end up celebrating in real life whenever you came down here, and it was probably one of the funnest times
Yeah.
I've had.
It was, it was the one redeeming thing, I think, for 2020 for me.
The one redeeming thing, seeing my ugly mug.
know-
Good job.
Oh, come on. Give yourself some credit, dude.
Okay, I'll give myself some credit. I've got some damn good calves. That's all I got.
Come on, you're pretty cool. You're pretty cool, I gotta say.
Yeah. Slang for
You look like you're from the 80s. That's why I like hanging out with you. Too.
what the hell? Okay. So you're telling me I don't have a mullet or anything. I don't have like a mullet.
No,
or
but when you grow out your hair, like, and you have like the longer hair
Oh,
going,
it's-
you just look
yeah.
like you're from the 80s.
I guess.
So it's like all I can think of is like, what's the name of that? Stranger Things.
Oh,
Like, you remind me of Stranger Things for some reason or another. Like, I just immediately think of Stranger Things.
Oh.
I don't know.
I
You're a cool guy. You're fun to hang out with.
well, thank you. I appreciate
And you
that.
showed me one heck of a cool time out there in Jersey.
Let
And
me
it was
just
quite an adventure.
let me talk to the audience. In your face, Mom. I have friends now. She said I never would have friends, but I proved her wrong.
Oh, well, that's
yeah,
that's
no.
not a very nice thing to say.
Yeah, no. She was a woman. That's all I have to say. She was a woman.
Well, that's another thing that I could talk about is like how many friends I've made on the VR chat platform as opposed
See, no.
to
So here's a
pre-VR.
I'll get to your guys' question here in a little bit here, but like, because we have one question who is saying, let's see, how long have you guys been in the fandom, or when did you discover the fandom? When did you discover the fandom?
I discovered it. I want to say it was around 2010,
Oh,
around then. That's when I originally discovered and found like the first video.
when you
And I'm like,
found the
wow,
first
that's different.
video. Hmm.
Yeah, it was an Anthrocon video,
Oh,
and I'm like, wow, that's interesting. I'd never heard of that before. What is that? And then I'm like, oh, people in fursuits like walking around, and these are pretty cool. And then I saw one of the suits made by Clockwork Creatures,
yeah.
and I was just like completely blown away. I'm like, that is amazing. That is like the coolest thing I've ever seen. I want to see more. What else is there? And it was just kind of a rabbit hole that just got, deeper and deeper. And
It spiraled out of control, and now you're here.
yeah,
So,
there's actually a time where it tapered off a little, and I kind of just, I kind of put it on a back burner for a while, and I was doing other things, and then, you know, some stuff came up, and a lot of things changed in my life, and I've actually found it again, strangely enough, and got back into it, and
now you're
started
here.
really doing all kinds of stuff,
Yeah.
making friends.
You know,
The amount of friends I've made here is ridiculous. Like,
anybody who
it's
is,
been amazing.
and I'm glad that the furry fandom helped you out. You know,
It did.
and I got into the furry fandom around 2006. I was in 6th grade, and browsing on the interwebs, on
Hmm.
my computer, and I was like, well, you know what? Screw it. Let me just take a look at some different things. And I end up finding the furry fandom. Now, I won't consider I consider that was like the start of it, but like when I really started it was like when I was in ninth
Hmm.
grade. When I started looking at more art and started to get more in detail with it, and then I saw fursuits, and went to my very first convention, which was AC and everything like that. And anybody who's watched my channel out there, and if you have watched it, you probably should know my backstory, okay? But it's it's really different because for everybody that I have talked to, it always seems like the furry fandom helped them out in some different way, and it always seems
Hmm.
like you get into the furry fandom just at the beginning of it, and then you kind of just like settle into a groove of the furry fandom. So,
Yeah.
let's see if there's any other questions out there. Um, we have. Oh my goodness, bowling meets are canceled. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Um,
Unfortunately.
I was in Mundingfors. Yeep, canceled. Okay, so everybody's just saying how canceled stuff was. You know,
Yeah.
I think there should. Oop, my bad. I pressed the wrong button. I think that there should be I think 2020 should just be like I don't say cancel the year, but we should just be like all like 2020 who
It could
or
it could have been a lot better.
it could have been a lot it could have been a lot better, and it could have been a lot worse though, because just
Yeah.
imagine if like if it was like 10 times worse than what everybody projected it to be. Like, just imagine
Hmm.
if all the numbers were right. That would have been
Yep.
worse. So, bad year in any form of fashion, but like I feel like there's some like values that we could be like taught here. You know?
Yeah.
Like, whenever you turn a page and it'll be like, well, we can learn this from this year, we can learn that from this year. You know? Like, I feel like that's what we could possibly be saying about. Like, what can we learn? Like, maybe we should just be like, have a whole segment on, like, what did we learn this year?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. That's something you
I've
can do.
learned a lot about myself, and I've learned a lot about other people. Like, I've learned who
same
goes crazy during this time. I've learned a whole
Yes.
bunch of different other stuff. So, but yeah, no, my personal opinion, I think, like, instead of, like, saying this year's, like, a completely, like, flop, we should be,
You
like,
find,
learning
I mean,
moments.
for me, actually, touching on learning moments, it's probably one of the best times for me personally, anyway, learning what makes me tick, where my strengths are, where my weaknesses are, where, I could improve myself
Yeah.
because it's been such a chaotic situation, and you find it's testing pretty much every system of yourself as a person, like, spiritually, mentally, physically, like, you name it, like, we're just running the gamut this year. It's pretty rough, but
I would definitely have to agree with that statement. Um, just it's been a year. Let's just say that it's just been a year.
oh yeah.
So let's see if we have any other. I wish everyone see. Oh, okay. Dash my. Oh, okay. So so basically, I think we're getting down to the final stretch here. We should probably end this around, an hour mark.
Mhm.
Since this is our very first show, and we don't want to make it too long. We just kind of want to make an appearance.
Yeah.
Because
And
we're
just say,
cool
what's
like
up?
that.
What's up?
What's up, dog? No, I'm kidding.
Maybe people in the chat would want to ask more questions, or if they
If
want to
anybody
know
wants
anything
to ask
else,
any
or...
final questions, the floor is yours now. Because I think what we're gonna do is, oh, any
Yeah.
any
We'll take
plans
your
for
questions
Halloween?
I'm probably gonna spend Halloween in VR.
Yay, VR Halloween!
Cause in my area it is completely shut down, canceled,
Yeah,
stamp, canceled,
yeah.
stamp.
Basically,
Which sucks.
It's the same way with us around here. Everything's
Yeah.
canceled. I kind of want to go. I don't know if my job will allow me to wear a costume and work, because I know every
Yeah.
other one's different. But like,
Yep.
I feel like I kind of want to go as my persona as Halloween, and then just like see the people's reaction. Like, are you okay?
Be like,
Are you
what's
sure?
going on over
Because
there?
see, I like where I work.
It's
It's
one
like
of those furries.
I don't even think they'll know that.
Furries over there.
I don't even think they'll know that. They're
They'll
a
be
bunch
like-
of farm people.
Yeah.
Like they're all like farmers. So they
Yeah.
might go, "Excuse me, sir. What are you doing?" And "What are you doing?
Why are you a dog?
Are you okay, sir? Do you want me to call the mental institution? I got them on speed dial for my husband." But like, no, seriously, like, I kind of just want to do it just for like the simple fact is that like probably nobody knows what a furry is out there.
Yeah.
Like, I wore one of my MFF shirts to work the other day, and they're like, "Should I be concerned about MFF? Should I know about that?" And I'm like, it's a charity organization," which I did not lie, because it is a charity organization. So
Yeah.
it's just I didn't
Furries are
mention that.
generous.
I didn't
We're a
mention
very
that.
generous bunch.
Yeah, I just didn't mention that I was going to a convention to basically wear a fursuit and have a good time.
Mhm.
And then the whole question of what's a fursuit, and then I'm like,
Yeah, it kind of turns into a black hole. after they
yeah,
try to suck
of
you
like
into.
everybody. Is that the one that does sex all the time? I heard about like these group orgies all the time, and I'm like, I never had a group orgy, lady. I don't know what you're talking about.
What was it? Was it the Criminal Minds or something like that? That
Oh.
did the episode, the infamous episode that everyone like
CSI.
everyone. Yeah,
Oh,
CSI.
dude,
That's the one.
Dude, we should
And they're
definitely.
like, yeah, I saw that video, so
We-
that means it's true, right?
We
'Cause
should
it was on
definitely
CSI.
do a
It's like,
breakdown of that episode.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah, it's
guarantee you other
ridiculous.
furries have done it, and it's pretty old at this
Oh
point.
yeah.
But
It's
like,
been autopsied so much.
why the hell not? I mean, I feel like
I mean,
yeah.
and it's just weird how people interpret media sometimes. They'll interpret a fictional TV show and as like gospel truth, you know? It's like, not
I,
so
I
much.
I
It's
think you're
a
supposed
fictional
to be.
TV show,
I
you
think you're
know?
supposed to be looking at reality, not a TV show for all your problems.
Yeah, you know?
But
I
my
mean,
show
just
said,
ask one of us. Ask
yeah,
one of us and we'll tell you what it is, you know?
yeah.
What is a furry? Well, here's what a furry is. A, B, C, and D, you know? Pretty easy.
Yeah. So I started
For
doing
regular people, kinda, you know?
vlogs. Well, see, a guy named Tony just started doing vlogs, and he's awesome. So, good job, Tony, for your
Cool.
starting of vlogs.
Yeah. Keep it up, man.
Today,
Stick with it.
I was at home. Yesterday, I was at home. The day before that, I was at home.
Well, you could
Welcome to
make it a lot more
2020.
interesting than that.
I went to
Like
the
if you start
bathroom
talking
when I
about
was at home.
if you start talking about like the psychology of it all and like what you're feeling, what's going through your mind and things like
That's
that.
a terrible thing to
I mean, you
do.
could. Well, it's therapeutic, actually,
Well, yeah, okay, it's therapeutic, okay, but
because you kind of you get your thoughts out and you get your thoughts in order. It's they call it journaling.
yeah,
You
okay.
can write a journal
No,
of
that's
like your
cool.
thoughts and things.
Journaling's cool, but on a YouTube video, I feel happy. I feel sad. My life is terrible. Everybody's life is terrible.
Well, I mean,
we're all gonna die soon.
you'd obviously build off of, well, today was good and then I woke up and then you know you kind
Today,
of build
to-
off a little more than the,
today was good, and I woke up. Well, that is a very good, important start of the day. Is actually waking up in the morning.
you know. No, but you can build off that. There's a lot you can talk about. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, I'll agree with you if
That's something I do, or I used to do quite a bit, was actually write.
Yeah.
And I always found it as a great outlet.
Yeah, I mean, writing is fine and stuff, but see, writing and talking are two different things.
Yeah.
It's kind of like one of those things, like if you look in a mirror and then you complain about stuff in the mirror, it kind of is. I don't know. Is it more awkward to complain in a mirror or write it down? Like, I feel like writing it down, you're basically not saying it out loud, but if you're just saying it out loud, that's kind of weird.
I think writing it down helps you get more to the root of whatever is bothering you,
I really love
because
Jimmy
it's
today.
coming from more your mind.
Like,
It's more coming from like your mind. If you're talking, you're going to just kind of, express it out. And you're not really going to remember what you were yelling about at yourself in the mirror. You're just going to kind of dismiss it.
it's kind of like when I'm in the
But that is a
shower.
thing, too.
And I sing
There's
songs.
there's a thing called
I can't remember.
the thing called anger release therapy, where you literally just scream into a pillow or something to relieve stress. It's a real thing. Like,
Well, no, I know it is, because, like, then there's also punching a pillow. Like, haven't you ever seen those,
Yeah.
like, shows that it's like, punch the pillow? I feel so much
Yeah.
better now. But, like, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. Like, I feel like when I'm stressed, I would rather talk to it about it, like with a friend,
Mm-hmm.
than be like taking a dictionary.
Yeah,
But
that helps
everybody has their own different ways to do everything. So it's kind of like you can't just say one thing
Definitely,
about it.
definitely talking to people helps, because I find if you don't talk to people, things tend to kind of back up like a sewer. And it can cause a lot of damage.
Your clogs their pipes, sir. You need to talk about this. I'm not talking
Well, yeah,
about.
you pretty
shit.
much, you just internalize it and you contain it inside yourself until you explode, basically, like a Roman candle.
And then that's when you turn into an axe murder. Kids, get your pencils
Well,
out, because
that's
how
a
you become-
possibility too. You could go You could go totally cuckoo bananas and like,
Cuckoo for
you know.
Cocoa Puffs, but in this case, cuckoo for death, blood, destruction. Oh God, I don't like that.
Exactly.
So, well, guys, I think what we're gonna do is we're about to end the show right now. Let me see. I saw an angry therapist where you go to a place and smash plates and hammers. Oh God. No, no, thank you. Those places are expensive.
Wow.
We actually have one here in New Jersey, and they're like, I think it was like, I think it was like $150 for 1 hour. Because you
That's
get like,
crazy. I
yeah,
saw someone who got all cut up. They like were smashing the plates or something and like they
well,
got all cut up.
bad tasted jokes here, but I'm just gonna say it anyways. Isn't there people who cut themselves because of? No, that's a bad tasted joke. I'm sorry,
That
YouTube.
yeah.
That was a bad tasted joke.
That's
My
a whole,
fault. I
that's a whole different story.
apologize.
That
I apologize.
you could do an entire segment on just like that whole type
Yeah,
of subject matter.
But so this is what we're going to do,
That's
guys.
psychology. That's
This
the
is
psychology segment.
so we're about to end our very first show, but I want to say before we end it, this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to try to do this every Tuesday and Thursday night.
Thursday?
Tuesday and
Tuesday,
Thursday.
Thursday. I like
Well,
that.
We'll do it every Tuesday, Thursday night. Around what time did you want to do it? Like around 7, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, that works for me.
Yeah, so we'll do around 8 o'clock. That would work for me too. And then what we'll do is I'm gonna try to work on different things, and we're gonna see if we're gonna do some different things. Um,
Yeah.
and now since I have
I
somebody
can
to
always
talk to, it's 10 times better.
yeah, I'll make a list
Yeah,
of
Um,
like talking points and subject matter and
yeah.
we can compare notes.
Yeah, and this isn't just going to be furry thing. This is going to be like a casual thing. Because,
And you know
unfortunately...
what? Another thing
Oh, go on.
Another thing we could do is we could ask for suggestions in the comments too. Like, what do you?
Yeah, if you
what do
guys
you
want
wanna
to
talk
hear
about?
about
What do you-
anything that's non-furry or furry related, just
Yeah,
let
if you
us...
got any ideas,
We're just not going to be talking
throw 'em our
politics
way,
here. Okay? No politics.
that can
when
get
we're
bloody.
when we're doing furry stuff, we do not talk politics because furry and politics should not be in the same exact sentence. Furry is a hobby, not a politic stream. Okay, so I just want to let everybody clear on that. We're not going to go into you're I don't care. Okay, we're gonna have fun and we're gonna do some different activities here, and maybe get some guests on. Eventually, whenever we
Yeah.
become,
That'd be really cool.
big enough and you guys share and like and subscribe to my channel, and this is basically going to be our thing we're going to be doing on Talking with Dashing. This is a new segment, and then what we'll do is we'll have it Tuesday and Thursday nights at 8 o'clock, and it's going to be 8 o'clock on the dot every time. Unless if one of us has a doctor's appointment. And then, in that case...
Or YouTube
cancel the
crashes.
Yeah, or YouTube crashes. Or YouTube gives us the middle finger. Which, they've given a lot of people the middle finger for not even talking about anything. But, yes, we're going to definitely be doing this every Tuesday and Thursday. And we are going to come up with a better name than the Pro and Dash Show. And we'll get back to you on that.
That's a little. That's just the working title.
Yeah,
that's just the working title.
we need a better title here. So let me just see if we have any more comments.
Throw some
here.
suggestions in the comments.
Yeah. So it was great.
Optimally, what I'd like to.
Oh, go on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Optimally, what I'd like to do with this show, whatever it is that we're trying to do here, is basically just throw out some positivity into the world.
And maybe a little
people
splash
are,
of negativity too, because we're negative people.
Yeah, not all, but some humor, a few laughs here. We can talk about,
We can't be
stuff
positive
and
all the
forget
time.
about
Yeah.
just add some positive energy to a negative situation, which is 2020.
Well, I mean, It's basically, and again, we can look at positives and we can look at negatives in this year. And you know what? I feel like what we'll do is maybe we'll have a episode on that, or maybe we'll have an episode on different things. But yeah. So that's our
there's
plan, guys.
tons of stuff.
Hopefully, you guys liked our very first stream of breaking the ice. That's what this was
Yeah.
was breaking the ice. And we will be back on Thursday night at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. And just remember, if you are
Yeah.
here, please hit that subscribe button. Press the like button. Share it around to your friends, because maybe they'll like this too in this overdramatic podcast. No, I'm kidding. But no, we will definitely be back. And as for me, I hope you have a dashing night. And Pro, final word before we head off.
Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out with us, and hope to see you Thursday. Come back again.
Okay. See you later.
It was fun.
Thank you for watching.